Greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I hope this video finds you well wherever you are in the world. And I mean that. I always mean that. I really hope this video finds you well. And I just wanted to provide a brief update as far as the current state of this channel goes. I am currently trying to complete a number of projects at once, and so you might notice that there is a little bit of hopping around from video to video in terms of the theme or in terms of the topic, and that's simply because I have a number of open projects that I'm trying to get more progress on. And so I'm just trying to push them along in a productive way from my point of view anyway. And so I try to do a little bit here and then a little bit here and a little bit there. And so some video you might find I'm working on the results of the Criterion Collection cover art design favorites viewer poll. And other times I might be talking about Kazuo Hara, and then other times I might be talking about John Carpenter, and then there might be other similar videos. I do want to get back to the Laserdiscs as well. There's an ongoing Laserdisc project, a Laserdisc related project, and so I want to keep that going. I started it a little bit last year, but then I had to temporarily abandon it, not for any particular reason except it just stalled, but I do want to pick that up again, and so I will be trying to devote time to that. The next one, in fact, I was planning to do that today, but unfortunately I wasn't able to get my act together in time, but I was going to do this little sneak preview of what's to come. It will be high noon. Incidentally, you have this version, and then you have this version, and then you have this version here. So very interesting stuff. So that's high noon. That's the Criterion Collection Laserdiscs. And you know, I've been thinking about that, and given the latest Criterion releases this month, I think Showboat and Prince of Tides. You know, I think a lot of people have varying opinions perhaps on one or more of these works, but needless to say, both of these titles, Showboat and Prince of Tides, they both emerged as Criterion Laserdiscs back in the day, and so the emergence of these titles this month made me realize that I really have to get my act together when it comes to making more videos about the Criterion Collection Laserdiscs, because they are here, and they are a part, or they form a really interesting section of Criterion's history, really. In essence, what we know of Criterion today, it all came from the roots and foundations that were established during the Laserdisc days. They were, of course, there were very interesting, quirky details of these Laserdiscs that I still find quite confounding and confusing, to be honest. But this is, I think, understandable, because the Criterion Laserdiscs, these were during a time when the rules were still being written as far as releases go, and this introduced the things like the spine number and things like the commentary track and special features, and having films be in widescreen, or respecting the aspect ratio of the films, etc. So it's all coming from this kind of tradition, or this kind of habit that was really formed during the Laserdisc days. But it was still, there are a lot of things that were still being written along the way, and so there were details that emerged that I think make for very interesting and confounding times, especially when trying to catalog them. But also they form very interesting stories and little details that lead to the Criterion Collection that we know and love today. And so I do want to continue that and continue my journey through the Criterion Laserdiscs, one spine number at a time, next being this spine number 7, which is of course High Noon, which has a very interesting presentation. So I do want to get to that as soon as possible. And I do have some preparations to make with respect to the April Film Club live stream schedule. And as you may know, at the moment there is one poll that is open on the community tab of this channel, where I'm asking you to choose one of 5 films to have as the film to talk about in one of the Saturdays in April. And so right now the poll is still open, and if you're interested, please feel free to visit the community tab of this YouTube channel and take a look, because I think it hopefully you might find a film that you might be interested in talking about. And so this is my way of trying to get your input, because as always I value your input, and I value your opinions on what to talk about here. And yes, and I do want to say as a general comment as well, that I'm always very much appreciative of your time and energy, and your attention to detail, and also your continuing to provide a great deal of kindness and support and friendship to me and to others here. So I do want to thank you for that, really, and it means a lot, especially, as I say, given the times that we live in at the particular moment that this video is being recorded, which is Tokyo time, April 2nd, 2020. So the world is in a very it's in the situation that it is at the particular moment in time that we find ourselves in. And so I do want to say thank you very much, because it's through this activity on YouTube that I'm able to have a kind of outlet, if you will, which is helping me in many ways to sort of cope and deal with this situation and the many effects that is having on myself and the people around me and the people I know. And so this YouTube thing is very helpful for me, and it's giving me a lot of place for comfort and solace. And I have you to thank for that, my friends. And so thank you very much for allowing me this little window of opportunity, if you will. So I just want to say that this is a really helpful thing for me, and I just want to thank you so much for once again providing me with this opportunity to keep on making these videos and allowing me to get to know you and to get to know what kinds of films you like and what kinds of things that you enjoy and what you would recommend to me and to others. And I just want to thank you very much for that. Really, thank you very much. And also thank you to all. You've not only been kind and courteous to me, but you've also shown the same degree of courtesy and respect to others. And so I want to thank you for that. And you know, I hope and trust that that will continue going forward. So my dear friends, my dear friends, thank you so much. And I will just keep on working here as long as I can, and I will keep on trying to make those videos that I'm thinking about making as long as I can. So I hope that you find something that is of interest here, and if so, please let me know what it is you have to say or what it is you think. I'm always open to hearing anything that you have to say, and so please feel free to leave a comment anytime, my friends. Oh, and I should say one other thing as a kind of a closing thing. You know, I've been very fortunate also. I've noticed that a lot of people have been commenting a lot lately, and many people are saying that they have watched this channel for a long time, but maybe this is the first time they're commenting or something along those lines. And I just want to say thank you so much. It's a real treat and honor for me to be able to meet you. You know, sometimes from my vantage point, in this room and all that, it's in the physical space is just me in this room and a little tripod where I have my my iPhone stationed, and so I really don't know. I don't see anyone on the other side of the screen, of course, because I don't know who's watching necessarily. So it's always very much. I love it very much when I get that how should I put it? There's a sort of human connection that can happen and that can occur with the comments, and so I always appreciate that, and I really long for that sort of thing because it makes this YouTube video process, at least from my point of view, it makes it worth it, because it means that there is someone on the other side, as it were. There's someone on the other end, and so it's always nice to be able to reach out and to hear from you and to engage with you and then to get to know you. So once again, thank you so much for providing me with that opportunity and letting me get to know you a little bit. And I look forward to our continuing conversations going forward. So thank you so much for that. And so with that, my friends, I want to say thank you, and until we meet again, please take good care of yourselves during this time. I mean that. Please really, really take good care of yourselves. It can be a very scary place. The world can be a very scary place, but and I don't know what your particular situations are. You might find yourself in some might be in more serious situations than others. I don't know. It's not clear to me, of course. But whatever the case may be for you, my friend, please note that I wish you nothing but the best, and I wish you well, and I hope that you stay safe, and I hope you are taking very good care of yourselves and your family and close circle of friends. So with that, my friends, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to seeing you again very soon. So thank you, and cheers.